Yeah, I think our young ladies are having an awful lot of fun, playing hard, getting after it, and we're playing good basketball, so that always puts a smile on your face. And, we just got to keep working and keep getting better.
We were watching the other night, your low post presence. I mean, this is just from the cheap seats, but it looks like Sophie Hart's a different player than when you first got here, or when even the beginning of this season almost.
Well, I think Sophie had a major impact in that game against Ohio State, and she's someone who we need to have a major impact in all the games on both ends of the court. And I think she's continuing to develop, and I think she's playing her best basketball right now.
Was that maybe her best game under your watch the other night?
Yeah, I don't remember one where she had a bigger impact in the game, but I know she's played really well in other games too. But I thought she just made really big plays for us, and sometimes it was, the ball got knocked away and she dove on the floor and tipped it out, and then we moved the ball and we got a good shot, and then she got the offensive rebound after that. So she's doing a lot of things to impact the game, and she's doing them on both ends. On the defensive end, she's helping quite a bit now. Against Michigan State, she's going to have her hands full again, so we just got to keep working and keep getting better.
Sophie had told me that you had recruited her at West Virginia, and then you guys both kind of showed up here and had like a oh hey moment. Like, how fun has that been to have that come full circle, where like you eventually did get her?
Right. Yeah, it was kind of an interesting situation, I guess, to say the least, but certainly someone that we were really thankful not only was here when we got here, but someone who got another year of eligibility granted for this year too.
What's your take on the Big Ten in your third year? I mean, obviously there's been expansion, there's been all these things. What do you think of this league, and how does it prepare any team that goes to the tournament?
Well, the bottom line is, in the Big Ten, you can do a lot of things really well, and the other team makes a play, right? So you can break a press, let's say, and you can get the ball around the rim, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, someone comes and blocks it. You can do all the things defensively. It happened in our last game, and Fino Tonga looked at me, and she was like, "Coach, I thought I played great defense." I was like, "That was great defense. She just made a really tough shot." And so the part about the Big Ten that's really challenging is that you have to do as many things well as you can possibly do as often as possible, and even then the other team can still take advantage of making a play. And so for us, it just kind of reinforces that we just have to control what we can control. We have to play basic, simple, fundamental basketball the best of our ability. But the Big Ten Conference is as good as it's ever been. There's so many dominating players and such great coaches making adjustments throughout the course of it that it helps you get better, right? In order to find a way to compete with these teams, you've got to continue to grow and continue to develop, and that's what this group has done a pretty good job of so far. But then the next team is going to give you a different style. We play Michigan State. They're going to give you a different style, a different look, and so now you got to hurry up and get ready in a short prep segment to get ready for that.
How much buzz do you sense just being out and about? I mean, are people coming up to you, or even maybe it's pregame, just this sort of winning streak? I just have to imagine there's just more people, more eyeballs on your program right now, more people interested.
Well, and hopefully we're going to see that on Sunday. I think our ticket sales look to be pretty good at this point in time. It's a great game. It's 5 o'clock on Sunday against Michigan State, so hope to get a lot of fans out to that matchup. But we are seeing it right now. We're seeing it kind of grow and kind of have some excitement, and I think that's fun for this group of young ladies who came here to build this program and to do the things that I think we're on the trajectory to do right now. And again, we got to just keep working.
Against Ohio State, it really seemed like in the third quarter you guys started to actually get out and transition a little bit more. How important is that to do maybe earlier in the game versus kind of having to do it to get the offense going later?
I went back and I watched us early in the game against Ohio State, and I thought we got the ball around the rim, sometimes early in transition, sometimes kind of later in the possession. We just didn't make it. I think we were 2 of 11 at the rim in the first quarter. And then in the second quarter, I think we were 6 of 16. But then in the third quarter, we were 7 of 9. And then I think in the fourth quarter, we were 4 or 6. So our efficiency got a lot better as the game wore on. But I think that has a lot to do with Ohio State, too. Because it's not like they were necessarily trying to block every shot at the rim, but they make you feel sped up. Even though we were trying to attack and control, they make you somehow feel sped up. And I think it took us time to get to the point where we didn't feel that way anymore.
Mara obviously has kind of just caught fire over the last 6 or 7 games here. Just how much of that was kind of getting back to just into the feel of playing basketball versus a hot streak, I guess?
Well, Mara missed a lot of better part of 2 seasons. That's not easy for any player to do that and then come back and just be where you were at right at the beginning of it. At the same time, I think Mara's better than she was before those injuries. And I think a lot of that has to do with, one, her physical strength. I think a lot of it has to do with now she's attacking in different ways. I think it has to do with the fact that she has a really strong mindset and a resilience to her, and she's got this calm demeanor to her. So I think her game is continuing to develop, which she needed that. We needed that. Just was kind of hard to see it happen the way that it had to happen.
But next year, you might be glad that.
Well, right now she's, she's playing really, really good basketball right now. She's playing at a really high level. Would she be at that level if it weren't for those? How do you know that, right? You don't know. You don't have a crystal ball. But I would say this. You look at trying to have an example of how to embrace adversity, and there is no greater example than what Mara Braun has done, and where she's playing right now is kind of documenting that. So it's really a great, it's a great attribute that she has, that she's found a way to use that adversity to her benefit, even though it was very hard to do that.
Obviously, job's not done, but like, are you able to kind of reflect a little bit back of just like what this program has done this year and last year, or is that like an off season?
Yeah, we don't have time for that right now. We've got to keep our nose to the grindstone at this point in time and keep sharpening tools that we have to keep getting better at, because again, the Big Ten is just too tough. It's too good. Every team you play is just gives you something different, and if you even when you do everything right, they can still take advantage of it. But if you don't do things right, they're definitely going to take advantage of it. So we just have to keep getting after it a little bit.
I mean, with the Big Ten so good though, I mean, and the way you're playing, I mean, you could be in a position to be hosting first and second round games. Can you think about that? Okay, you beat a good Michigan State team on Sunday after this streak, and you beat a really good Ohio State team. That would, to me, position you to host first and second round games.
Yeah, again, that's the selection show is 3.5 weeks off from now. So, and there's so much basketball to be played in between today and that point in time. And right now, we've got to figure out how we can compete with Michigan State, because Michigan State scores 77 points a game at a 46% clip, and they attack you, and they get to the offensive glass, and they shoot 21 free throws a game. So we got to guard without fouling. They shoot 20 arc shots. They play really fast. They're in transition 26% of the game. So we've got to figure out how to deal with that and how to try to slow them down, but at the same time attack in transition, right? That's what you told us we're supposed to do, attack faster. So find ways to do those type of things. And they're hard to do that against, because they're like Ohio State in the respect that they try to speed their opponents up and turn their opponents over. And I think they get 10, 11 steals in Big Ten games. So we'll have our hands full for sure. And we got to just find a way to attack and be in control at the same time on both ends of the court. Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Don.
You get over a big win like that, and Amaya, you can go first and jump right back on the treadmill.
Oh, wait, so we'll talk about the Sunday game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're just going to go over our scout today, start learning them, knowing what they do, and get going from there.
I mean, Tori, it seems like you've kind of broken out this season, just like offensively. What is that? Just kind of more trust from the staff, or have you worked on a lot of stuff to kind of get better at, especially like attacking?
Yeah, honestly, I would just give like all the credit to my teammates. I think they trust me to like drive like baseline or something like that, or attack the gap or something like that. So that just gives me confidence to keep doing what I'm doing.
I mean,
Step a little closer to the mic.
Oh yeah.
Awesome, thank you.
I mean, to either of you, like, how fun is it to play with Sophie Hart? I looked back on it this last week of like, she hasn't had an illegal screen all season.
Nice.
Like, how fun is it to play with a big that is kind of that talented?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun playing with Goph. And she's had a great season, and she's been on a great run for like a couple games. So it's just a ton of fun playing with her.
Yeah, I would agree.
Amaya, did you hear from Way at all after you passed her on career assists?
Yeah, she said I got to go for Deb Hunter for the #1 spot now. I was like, I got you.
That's like 80 something a game or something, assuming.
It's only like 55 away.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, like
Light
somewhere in there.
So like 12 a game.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tori, have you always had the knack for being a steals machine and taking the ball away from the opponent, like going back to Minnetonka, or even going back to your youth? Like, have you always been one to always accumulate a lot of steals?
Yeah, I mean, I always liked defense more growing up and still now. So yeah, I would probably say so. Defensive minded.
The other thing that you've really improved on this year is just fouling. I know that was a kind of big sticking point with Dawn over the summer? Just what's gone into being more of like a disciplined defender?
Yeah, I think like even this year is still something that I've been working on, but I would rather be playing than sitting on the bench. Even though I have a great time with my teammates down there too, but I mean I'd rather be on the court and just like being able to contribute to my team in any way that they need that. Yeah, I'd rather be doing that. So.
And Amaya, I mean, obviously there's still more to go this season. Like this isn't the end of it, but have you been able to like take a couple seconds at least to like reflect back on like you kind of did what you set out to do of like reestablish the Gophers program with the recruits you came in with?
Yeah, I think every year we've made a lot of strides in this program, and I think going into this year, I kind of sat back and just reflected, not necessarily on all that we've done, but like what do I want to make my senior year out to be? And my biggest thing was I want to just be in the precious present with like my teammates and the staff and everybody, because this is time that I'm not going to have with them next year. And so I've just been trying to do that, just being in the moment, keeping my feet wherever I am. What is it saying? You know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, trying to be grounded and just enjoying every moment I get with them.
Amaya, when you look back at that Maryland game, in some respects, as hard as it is to think about, the last minute, did it help you guys because it got your attention and made you more focused and understanding that this is where you have to close out games? Did it have a benefit at all?
Yeah, I think, well, there's a ton of games those things have happened. Like even from like freshman year, we've all had experienced games where it's like, dang, that was bad. Like whether we got blown out or we had like a close game that we could have won and we didn't close it out. So I think this year we've done a better job at learning from those opportunities quicker. Like you said, the Maryland game was December, and I think we obviously learned from that looking at what we're doing right now.
Have you guys noticed like the attention around the program growing? I mean, whether it's fans in the building, people noticing you guys on the streets, like do you kind of feel the buzz in the atmosphere as well, or?
I don't really go on social media a lot, so I don't know. I know we all just kind of do our own thing together as like teammates, so I know we're kind of just more focused on the here and now. But I know that the barn, we've had like consistent fans this season. Even the last game, there was like that huge snowstorm and like people were there and packed out, so we do appreciate all that.
There are no more questions for players.
Thank you. All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
Thanks, ladies.